how you switched out? Yeah.
And that makes it awkward if I switch out.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 is kind of like 4, but we're going to add number 2 because we don't have the mark. We can't play a woodshed. And then, oops, well, I can play a woodshed plus a mark because I have the mark.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the mark. So here's what you're going to do. 5, 8, 5, I'm sorry, 1. I'm going to call this 5. 3, 2, 1. Marker, marker, and then 3, 2, 1. Right. 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 Right.
And then you drew out for me the extended for both of those.
Yes. Right. Yes, we did. So that's the extended. That's a review. What I'm going to do is play from 8 to 1, nice and slow. So if you get to about 22 minutes into this,
Okay.
then you'll be able to just play along.
Okay.
Okay. So here we go. I'm going to play extended chords in the little G box. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull into 3. Over and down. Come back. Whoops, sorry. Wait, 7 chord. And 2. Straight across. And back. Rest. 6 chord. 6 and a woodshed. Rest. 5 and 3s. Over and down. Add a note. Come back. Rest. 4 is a woodshed plus a mark. Rest. 3 is all thirds. Skip a third. Skip a third. Come back. Rest. 2. 1 above, 1 below. Straight across. 1 above again with your left hand twice. Come back. Rest. 1 is 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, let's go to your waltz.
Okay.
January waltz?
Yes.
I was going to say February waltz.
It's February now.
Okay, I'll get my sheet out. You can get your
Okay.
sheet out.
Here?
It might be on a table. Is that yours?
Oh, it's underneath there.
Okay. Yeah,
I knew
there
I
it
had
is.
it handy.
Yeah, I did too. So this lesson for you is till 12:30, but we're going to tack on 10 more minutes if you have that time.
Well, it would usually be till noon.
Right, but we had an extra hour, a half hour to make up for another lesson. You have 2 half hours that
Oh.
made up for another lesson.
Okay.
Do you have the time?
Sure.
Yeah, I did that
I
with
didn't
one
know
other
that.
student.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not keeping track as
Okay.
like you are. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I had to. It was from, I
Is
believe,
that bad weather thing where we?
that one and then the 28th of January. I was
Okay.
out of town.
Oh, the 28th
So-
of January.
Right.
Okay. Are you sure that affected me?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All
So
right.
this will be the half hour today will be half of that lesson that was missed.
Okay.
And then I think next lesson is a half hour also. I'll
And
check.
then I have to pay attention that the 28th is not a lesson day then.
28th.
Is that what you were just saying?
No, that was January 28th. I was out of town. So
Oh, okay.
that. I'll send you.
If you send.
I'll
some
send you an
reminders,
update.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, January waltz.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is beautiful. I can hear it in my head.
And the one that I have recorded on my phone, after I listened to it for a while, there's a piano, there's more instruments. There's a piano in there too.
Uh-huh. So Judy Morningstar, do you know about her?
No,
She's local.
is she?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Her husband calls Contra Dances, and she writes a lot of songs. In fact, she wrote a book. It's called the fake. I'll get it for. I think it's called the Dulcimer Fake Book. A fake book is tunes that are simplified,
Mm-hmm.
but very common tunes.
Her name is so.
They're basically dance tunes, but they're really fun, and a lot of them are very simple.
And I bet I can. The rough water.
Mm-hmm.
Rough water.
If you got this book, and if we learn from this book, this would be
Okay.
a great avenue for you. Nothing's on the
Okay.
back, because it's very clear. Sometimes they're so tiny you can't read them, but there's a lot of repetitions within the songs, and they're common songs. So this would be a great step for you.
So if I Google that, then that would.
Yeah, I haven't tried to recently, but that way you'd have a lot of music in a book.
Mhm.
I've never really guided students to this book, but
Well, I like
I
that
will
one
in
piece,
workshops.
so now it would be.
yeah, it's okay. So that's that. Now let's get on to January waltz. Okay, now remind me, have we started this?
No.
Okay.
All I've done is write the letter names on it. I was trying it on the piano, but that's as far as I got.
Okay, so let's talk through into part B. So let's look at the first. I want you to tell me how many measures are in a phrase. Do you know what I mean by a phrase? Well, let me play
Well,
it for
to
you.
me, a phrase would be like that chunk right
Correct.
there.
So how many measures is that?
That's two measures.
2 measures, right? Because then it starts again. A lot of times there's 4 measures or 4 phrases in a part, so that would work out because we've got 8 measures.
So there's 2 phrases. The first line is 2 phrases.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so actually, part A has 4 phrases, but phrase 3 and 4 has part 1 ending, and then when you play it again, phrase 3 and 4 has another ending.
So the first 2 measures are phrase 1.
No, that would be phrase 3.
Well,
Label
3.
that as 3, right? Yep, that's what I do too. Draw arches. Yep, yep. And then there's 4. Now go down to your second ending, draw your arches, and put 3 and 4.
So that could be 3 and 4 too, because it's.
Yeah, that's the second time we play it. We're going to the other 3 and 4. All right. Okay, now let's talk about, are there any twin phrases or measures?
Well, the first 2 phrases are the same.
Yes, they are. Good job. What about phrase 3? Does he have a twin anywhere?
3 and.
Good.
Well, it's the 2 endings. The
Yep.
first phrase is the same.
Okay, now, I don't know why they put ending 2, because if you look at ending 1 and ending 2, how many measures are the same?
Well, let's see, those 2. And those 2. And those just the very last measure.
Yeah, right. So they could have put just 2 measure in the first ending and 2 measures in the second ending, but they decided to do this. Okay, so that's the map. We'll talk about part B another day, but that's the map. You know where the twins are now, right?
Okay, and now we've still got 1, 2, 4 measures at the bottom there. After the 2 endings.
Oh, you're
Now,
right.
What's that? Now, what is that?
You're right. So that's, I don't know, I'll have to play it through, because that bar at the end of the 3rd line means we're about ready to transition.
Yeah,
Let me play.
the way that's written is confusing to me.
I think so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think there's either a part C or I think B needs to be shifted up to line 3, but don't do that yet.
Okay.
Just see.
But I can write 5, 6, 7, 8. Can I write the measure numbers in?
So the measure numbers would be totally sequenced. It would be, the first line would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Second line would be 5, 6, 7, 8. The third line would be 9, 10, 11, 12. Because it's totally sequenced.
And I was looking at phrases. I switched.
Oh, you
away
mean
from phrases?
Oh, you're
to
talking about
measures.
phrases?
I
Let's
switched over.
wait until we get
Okay.
down to that part.
Okay,
Okay.
but measures are completely. Okay.
Yeah, totally sequenced, no matter what. It's just the next number is the next measure is the next
Okay.
number. Right. Okay. Now, whenever you see a measure with not a whole lot to play, that's where we're going to put in the extended chords.
Okay.
Right. That's what makes it beautiful, is the extended chords. Sometimes you have a dotted half, which is 3 beats, so you have lots of room. And other times you have a dotted quarter, which gives you a little bit of room. I see a half note there, that gives you some room. Okay. Now, where did you hear this? How did you come across it?
What started my love of this instrument was I have an older lady friend up in Midland, and we were at the Chippewa Nature Center, and they had a strings group which included dulcimer and other string instruments, and that song just
Melted your heart.
melted my
Yeah,
heart.
yeah,
And
I
there's
can-
the phrase where it's really kind of yearning,
Yes.
a yearning sound.
Yes,
and,
yes.
and yeah, so that's I wanted to learn how to do that.
Okay, what is the first chord? What does it tell you on the sheet? What's your first chord name?
An A minor.
Right,
chord.
it's an A minor
And I've got
7.
to review the major minor because I have a sheet from you that describes major minors.
Okay,
So
so in a nutshell, a woodshed starting on a mark is going to be major. So here's G major. If we go up one string and play a woodshed, now we're on an A. Any woodshed starting off of the mark, that's a minor. So this first chord is a minor, and that's why this song is so pretty, because it's written in a minor. So that's the sound you're going to hear throughout this song, is the minor. So let me play it through a little bit. Oh, I'm already on the second one. I'm playing without looking at it. All right, so let's do the first phrase.
okay.
What you want to look at right off the bat is the first 3 notes. Are they neighbors, or is there a skip?
The first 3 notes are
right. First 3
minor.
notes. Are they neighbors?
They're neighbors.
They're neighbors, so that means they're going to be neighbors on the instrument, on the dulcimer.
Okay.
So find your A and go up the other 2 notes.
Whoops. Other side maybe.
You want to start with your right hand.
Okay.
Okay, great. So you know how to do that. Yes, now let's find, you got the right note. Going across is going to be a little smoother. So go to your bass bridge and find your E.
Bass bridge.
Yep, find your middle C and then
This
climb
is
up
the-
to your E. Where's your middle C on the bass bridge? Think of 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. 3 and C rhyme. So watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Here's your 1, 2, 3. That has really no tie to anything except for 3 rhymes with C.
Okay.
That's my tip. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. So here's my C. Right there. There's my middle C. Now we want to find E above middle C. There he is right there. So after you play your 3 notes going up, over and hit your E on your bass bridge.
No, I'm starting with my right hand.
Correct. That's right.
With my right hand?
Yes, with your right hand. So you're going to have two rights. All right, and then you're going to hit your F sharp with your right hand again. So your right hand's got a big job to do. Now with your right hand, go into your D box and hit your F sharp. Now, let's give that a number. What number would you give that?
A 3.
Right, so we can just play a 3 chord. It would sound like this. Right. And you know what? Since we're going to play that, let's go ahead and grab the E down to the right of the treble bridge rather than the bass, because we're needing that D, that F sharp anyway. So it would be... If you're wondering where's that E, I go down there somewhere. Where is it? Think of, it's going to be a black. It's going to be one of these blacks in the D box. It's going to be number 2 in the D box. Start with your right hand.
Okay.
Now go down. Yep, hit your E. Yes, now go up 1 string and hit your 3 chord. Yes. And you only have time to play that 1 time. Okay, now let's play measure 3 and 4, which is the very same thing. Now, yeah, good job, good job. All right. Okay, so if we start back and compare the first measure and the one below that, we're only going to 1 string below where we started, because we started on an A, but if we look at the second line, now we're going to start 1 note below that on the G. Okay, now on the next 3 notes, neighboring notes.
Okay, which measure are you in?
I'm in line 2, measure 1.
Yes, they're neighbors.
They're neighbors, so hit G, A, B. Start with your right hand. Okay, now, what note comes next?
A D.
Now here's a really important question. Where is the easiest and simple D? Where would you go to for your easiest and simple D? That would be,
where I would go.
That would be good. If you go to your left of the treble bridge and hit number 5 of your G box, that's going to be right the very same string where you're starting. See how that keeps it tight? That's basically the notes of a 5 chord, isn't it? Do you see that shape? Start with your right hand. Yep.
Okay.
So you've got your E. I jumped the gun. I said E, D instead of E. Wait. Oh. G, A, B. That's right. Okay, now take your paper out and add a G. Let's see. Yeah, add a G.
I'm going to have you
Okay.
write it in the right spot.
Okay. So we're going to add a G right under that B for a double. So B and G.
I'm starting on embellishing, huh?
Yes. Yes, you're filling in the note. So this would be a 3 chord. This would be a 3 chord. That way, when you look at this, you can look at the cheat sheet. You know, just look at the 3 chord. Oh, okay, now I don't have to know the notes. I just play a 3 chord. Okay, so what I did in measure the first measure of the second line, played the 3 notes, played the 4th note, and then made the first beat of the second measure on the E minor, B and G. Now cross your left hand back over to the G, and now hit your B and your G. It's going to be thirds. That's right, right. Now the nice thing is, the next 3 notes are what we've already played. So you hit your D again, B again, and A again, and it takes you right back to the G. Let's play line 2 as far as you can get, and I'll talk you through it.
That's the first ending.
First ending, right?
Okay. And start with my right hand.
Correct.
I have to narrate.
I did too.
Sometimes I even listen to myself.
Yep.
And go down to that.
And then doubles, bring your left, okay.
One more time. Okay.
Now I'll show you a trick. I'll show you a trick. You want to keep your hammers close because this guy, when your right hand hits, if he freezes in space, he's in place for the double. If he wanders away, then you have to find and kind of guess
Then I
where.
have to
You have to rethink. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so keep him handy. And then he's still needed again. So here's what we did. Walk up 3, D, doubles, wait. Now we're going to go back around the corner. And that takes you up to measure 3, which you already know. That's measure 3. So measure 1 and 3 are twins in the second line. All right, so play the second line. Yeah, make that a double. Did I make that a double? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, BG.
Right?
Okay, so let me do that again.
Now go back to your D.
No,
the same D that you've been
don't
playing.
move.
Play the same D that you've been playing. There's your D that you've been playing. Play the B that you've been playing. Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. Okay, so you played da da dun 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 da 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 dun dun dun. We're at the end of the second line, and we have something to play there. So play your B that you ended up on. Okay, so we have space to fill it in. What would you fill that in with? What number would you give that?
It's a number 4, so I would give
Think again. You played this note.
Oh, no. It's a number
3. Okay.
And so that would be a G chord of some
Yes.
kind.
Yes. And good job. And what number would you give it?
Number?
If you had to give it a number, what number would it be?
The number of the chord? Or the...
Of the scale, like what number in this box would it be?
It's the third string.
Yeah, think
Is that
3.
Okay.
Think 3.
That's what was
G
saying,
chord
G.
G chord is better. That's a better answer.
Okay.
3 chord is safe. So
Or G chord.
right. So here we are. I'll play up to that part. So here's the second line. Oops. Now I have to hit a B at the end of the second line. Here's my B, but I'm going to turn it into a chord. So I'll put that in without a pause.
Okay, so that's a 3 chord that you put in?
Yes, and as soon as you hit that B, roll into the chord. It's not hitting a B and then play the chord.
Okay.
Once you hit a B, Yeah, my shorthand is 3CH for chord, if you want to write it that way.
Okay, three BH, and that's where I'm on the second, last measure of the second line.
Right, 3 chord.
3 B,
Oh, CH for chord. Or spell it out, doesn't matter.
chord,
Mm-hmm.
and roll right in.
Yes. Right, roll right into it.
Okay.
Okay, tell me how much of the second ending you can already play.
I can play the first measure.
Mm-hmm.
I can play the second measure and add that G in there.
Yes.
And the third measure, the first three, well,
Yes, the first 3 are the same.
three notes are the same, and then it goes from D down to C.
Exactly, so it'd be
But you hit
Like
that
that.
D again in the next measure. You get back up there.
Yep. Yep. So let's do the third measure, third line.
Third measure. This measure. Oh, third line.
Third line,
Third
right?
line, third
Right.
measure.
Yes, and let's look at those 5 notes from 3 into the fourth measure. How many of those are neighbors?
Okay, looking in this third
Yes,
measure,
third measure, right.
they're all neighbors.
They're all, even into the fourth measure, that's a neighbor too, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So that tells us we don't have to jump over any of the strings. Once we start on that G, we go all the way up to the D.
Okay.
Correct. So it makes more sense to use 5's twin for that D than regular 5, right? Because it's in line with where we're going.
So now, which one do you want me to swap out for?
Well, so your choices are 5's twin or 5. Which one do you think would be more convenient?
I could do either one, but that one
Yeah,
has the advantage because it's
it has
right
an
in line.
advantage. It's in line, exactly. So that's the one we're going to use.
Okay,
If we audition both of them like you just did, we
okay.
had to make a choice, and this makes more sense.
And I wouldn't have to look. I don't have to look.
Exactly, that's a good point. Okay, so all we need is the last note of line 3. Right, go back down to the mark. So let's add that in. Let's do line 3, measure 3 and 4. Good, and you have the rhythm perfect.
Does she still play?
Yes. She still plays.
Do concerts?
Oh, not so much. She does groups. She does a lot of groups.
Because the
Dances
song
and
is
stuff.
1993.
Right.
That's a little ways ago.
Right. She does. She's not so much a stage performer as she is community performer.
Plays with
Mm-hmm.
plays in the community.
Okay, let's take this from the very top to the
Okay.
end of line 3. Nice and slow. We'll talk about it if we need to. What I want you to do is think out loud, talk out loud, and say, okay, this D instead of that D, and neighboring notes, or whatever it takes for you to process what you're seeing, okay? Okay, let's play it together, and I'll just pause when you need to pause. Okay, first off, what key is this in?
There's one sharp.
Look at the very first
Oh.
chord,
It's in the key of A.
A minor.
A minor.
A minor,
A
right.
minor.
A minor.
So yeah.
Yeah,
we can
it
do
looks
minor.
like it's in the key of G. A minor has the same notes as G. That's why it
okay.
looks the same.
Okay.
A is G's relative minor. It's like 2 families with the same relatives.
Okay.
It's called the relative minor of G. Okay, so that's not true. What I just said was not true. E is the relative minor, but A minor starts in the G box.
So this isn't starting and ending on a D like.
Correct.
We don't have DAD.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so very beginning, I'll count us in. I'll say 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2.
Okay, start right off on the wrong note. Okay.
Okay, and remember that E is going to be way down. It's going to feel like you have to travel way down into your D box. So far, everything, watch me play this and figure out if it's in a ladder shape or if it crosses the bridge. Sorry. Now I cross. So for a long time at the beginning, it was playing in a ladder, right? So when we go down and get that E, it's down the ladder, almost to the ground, so that you're ready for that F sharp 3 chord. Okay, from the beginning, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and E. Now 3 chord once.
Okay, now hold on just a
Okay.
second. Dog distraction.
Yeah.
C, A, B, C.
Mm-hmm.
I was going for D.
Now F sharp 3 chord. Oops. Okay, second line. I'm sorry, measure 3. Ready, go. B again. 3 chord.
Now do I start that with my right hand?
Alright, second line. Kind of the same thing, starting on G.
Okay,
Ready?
second line, the first ending.
Yes.
Okay.
Ready, go. Left hand crosses over to the D. You're going to go up 3. Go, hit your G and go up 2 more notes.
Okay, I'm going up.
Start on your G note. Now go with your left hand, cross the bridge, and hit your D. Cross the bridge, hit your D. Where's your D? Your lower D. It's going to be, yeah, there you go. Think of a 5 chord because we're kind of playing the notes in a 5 chord, right? Now back to the B. And then back to the D again, and back to the B. See how that group of notes? You're going kind of around the circle, right? Dun, 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 dun. So let's play second measure, second line on the D. It's going to go, this time we're going to go up. So second measure on the B. No, actually. Yeah, that's right. And then climb up. What does your ears tell you to do? What does your mind tell? There you go. See? I had to interject to let you follow your mind, right? Instead of guessing, you process that. Because, okay, now take your paper away.
Oh no.
Yep, we're going to learn this as a pattern, as a visual pattern. You're going to learn it a lot quicker without the music. Music is needed, but now it's not. So hit your very first note. Right, okay. We're going to walk up, down to your E. It's going to to be one above the mark.
One above
Now,
the mark.
remember, everything's going to stay on the right-hand side of the bridge.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
that helps.
Yep.
No, that's a D.
Yeah, but
You
you're real
want an E.
close. There's your E. Yep. Now, 3 chord for a chord. Okay, let's play that a little bit, a few times. So when you jump down, just go right to your E. One above the marks.
See, I get what I go for, and I'm going for a D. And
So
I need to go for an E.
yeah,
that's
so
my problem.
now don't hit it until you're triple sure.
Okay.
Let your mind have that time to process, because you can get it and you are thinking through it, but your hammer's jumping the gun. And then your ears hear that, so just hold
Well,
off until you're sure.
And I'm trying not to hold up the group.
There's no
Our
group.
group of 2.
Yeah, no, that's what you're here for.
Okay.
Yeah, take the time to think through it. Okay, so let's play that together. Ready, go. Now what's next? It'd be that 3 chord. Now that's a chord. We're gonna play a chord. Okay, and then in the song, in the song we play that twice. So let's play it for the second time.
Okay.
Ready, go.
Going up here.
Uh-huh. Good. All right, now play it all on your own, the first 4 measures. Now don't play anything until you're triple sure. I don't want you to guess. I want you to think first. So stop a minute. You play from the very, very beginning for me. And remember, this part is played twice. Here's 1, and here's the second time. Good job waiting. Nice. Success! Yay! That's great. You didn't need the music. And so you're learning how to, you play neighbors, you jump down, you're getting the right spot. That's what you want to do.
The neighbors and the shapes
Yep.
is a big
It's a big help.
help.
It sure
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, and it takes a while to
It does.
latch onto a new
Yep.
skill.
Okay, play what you just did again. Play it one more time.
Okay. Start again.
No, don't start again. Just go right. Okay. Okay, nice. Very nice.
That's
It's good.
another thing that I learned from. Sometimes you'll just run right through.
I will.
There's a miss, but you just keep it going.
Because you know what to
Until you
hit.
Come to a big all.
And the last 2 times you played that was a whole lot smoother, wasn't it? It's a whole lot smoother because you don't have to interrupt yourself by looking. Right. Okay, so the next little bit is almost the same. So let you review it. Now keep your hammer real close, right? Keep it right where it is. If it wanders, then it's just gonna mess you up. So keep it right there. See how that right hand didn't have to have anything else. It had to hit the G once, but okay, so that's what you want to play.
Okay.
Now we're gonna hit the D. Think of a 5 chord. Think of a 5 chord. The flat small triangle.
I want to
That's
go on over
later.
There.
You're gonna go up later.
Okay, but I want to go over to the side. I want to cross the bridge
Yes.
for that one.
Yes, you do. Okay, now play the first line and what you can of the second line. Remember, it's in A minor, so that's the first note is going to be on A. Same side of the bridge, it's going to be a ladder. Good. Start with your right hand. Think of a 5 chord. Think of a 5 chord.
Oh, this is where we go in a
Yes,
circle.
yes. Okay, good. You're ready for the third line. It starts like the first line. Right hand. Start with your right hand. Ladder, ladder. Now don't cross the bridge. Stay in a ladder. Way down for the E. Yep. And then 3 chord, 3 chord.
Oops.
Yep. Now you're ready for ending 2, which starts 1 below where the whole song starts. 1 below, right there. Okay, not that one. Go to your 5.
Now, is this where it goes?
Can you start the G part again?
Am I here?
Start on your G. Yep. Now right there, go all the way up, 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 up. Up, up, up. Yes. And then G. G is at the end. Yes. Very good. So can you feel that when you're at a certain part of the song, oh, now this shape. Oh, I go up. Oh, I do a ladder.
Well, I'm working on
Yeah.
now this shape. I still
Mhm.
the hunting pitch.